It is 12:25 a.m. December 21st Eastern Standard Canadian Time. 12:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Canadian Time, December 21st, 2022. There we go. Let me bring up my footage here. Just let me bring it up. Just let me bring it up. Getting ahead of myself a little bit. I'll get back to me. Get back to me. All right. So I'm going to give you a really good joke right at the start, okay? And I hope I hold your attention. You hang around for the rest of it. It's going to be a short one. At the tail end, we might be getting into Chantel going after French fried girl. Not that I think it's legit. It's just it shows that she's not on any kind of spiritual journey. That was it. That's what I wanted to say. I was getting YouTube. You hold all my lives. So you're holding this one. And so how does Chantel disgrace the mosque? Because she's foul-mouthed, dirty-talking, OnlyFans reject, always lying, squawking, yelling, and screaming at the French fry girl in a fig fight, and she uses swear words while she wears the attire of that faith. She's got no business being in that mosque, and I'm going to prove it to you too, YouTube, so you hang around too because you're going to hold it live anyway, so them's the reasons. Chantel's got no business being there. She's been too evil for too long. And she continues to act like a jerk all the time. So here's the first joke. And it's good. Okay. Let me load it up. Okay. Ready? Let me get out of the way. First joke's going to be good. All right. Let's get into this. Is everybody ready? Somebody tell me they're ready in the chat. Come on. Somebody tell me in the chat they're ready. And are you guessing? You think it's like you're going to hear a gun go off and then she's going to start running a race? No, because she doesn't do enough of that for me to turn that into a joke. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. This is an awesome joke. I wrote it myself. Georgia girls ready? CCP is ready? You both ready? Here it is.
Body weight is 341 pounds.
Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, 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 Chantel.
She rose out of bed with nothing better to do.
She's got nothing better to
The
do.
fupa is leaking while she drip dries over you. She makes a mess, orders Uber Eats when her Tinder date is through. And if you stand too close to her,
What?
you'll get the C. diff too.
Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight. Chantel,
Hello, Chantel.
she
How's Canada,
carries
girl?
the weight of the world on her
Do you wanna read up?
shoulders.
Life?
Chantel,
Stream?
Chantel, Chantel.
I bring pizza and poutine.
Chantel,
See you soon, life girl.
Chantel,
Bye.
Chantel.
So this is what she did on the 19th, which I almost got to say happened yesterday because we're just 30 minutes past midnight into December 21st. So she did this on the 19th. And, where my first time in a mosque as a Canadian in Kuwait. A Canadian in Kuwait. It's so exotic, Chantel. No one cares. Her couples channel, she comes up with a video on the couples channel. It gets less than the one before it. And as one as you said before, she's giving them history badly that her audience doesn't want to hear about. And nobody's enjoying the love affair because it isn't real. So she's got no business being in there. It's tragic. And, it's sort of related that, she's doing all this blasphemy to another religion. She's doing it during Christmas. Just like last Christmas, she was, especially yelling and screaming at Nader. And just so you know, some people believe that she's in Kuwait because she's run away from being summoned to witness in some Nader trial. Not everybody. Don't bother following Didi and Nader. It's a waste of time. It's like, getting stuck in flypaper. Don't even give them the time of day. She can't be in Kuwait running away from being called to witness, because once you're called to witness, that's it. You can't run away. And all the Nader stuff, if you even believe it, has been going on for so long that she would have been called to witness a long time ago, because she's an easy serve. We know where she is. She leaves the townhouse fairly regularly. And when she leaves, she tells everybody where she is. Easy serve. And for her to all of a sudden take an interest in this guy, which is all fake anyway, and then, pretend to fall in love and disappear within a week, that's not somebody running away from a summons. And once you've been summoned, that's it. You got to show up. You can't run away from it. If you do, you're going to get charged. And it's true that if you, or not you, because it's not a choice. If a criminal trial drags on for too long, the one accused can claim an 11B and say that it's taken too long, and so set it aside. And so, people who follow Didi and Nader and comment on the other channels, and they're like, oh, his lawyer is doing the right thing. He's trying to delay it and get it thrown out. You can't just delay it. It's like I had a client once that told me they wanted a viral YouTube video, and I had to tell them, you can't just have a viral video on YouTube. You can't just have, you don't want to have a normal one. You want to have one of the viral ones that goes everywhere and goes nuts and there's like tons of views. You can't just have that. And you can't just decide you're going to get out of a trial by dragging your feet. So I don't have any dates. I don't know what the hell people are talking about. They keep saying there's going to be something happening. Nobody gives you any links. And you can't just decide to drag things out. This is horseshit. And, when Nader was supposed to be the last time, there's supposed to be, people getting video of him go to recorders. I never saw anything. Anyway, just to wrap up with that, she's an easy serve. If she was part of a trial, she would have been served a long time ago. You can't run away from it. It's a crime to run away from it. And if she has, then she has to stay in Kuwait for the rest of her life, because as soon as you show up back here, you get busted. In addition to that, you can have substituted service. If somebody deliberately runs away, you can serve and serve and serve to the last known address, go in front of a judge and say, I've done everything I can. Okay, that counts as substituted service. And you carry on, and then you can just go up to the point where the witness is supposed to be, and you can just stop and fill it in at a later time. Sophia, the disrespect doesn't stop. That's right. What is that thing doing in there? Later on in this video, she says that she's not a traditional member of that faith. What are you doing then? And anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not a very long one. We're going to run some of them. Her most recent thing, her fake fight with French fry girl. You see, the love isn't working for Chantel because she's just a thing that doesn't really love. She doesn't love that guy. He doesn't love her. So the love aspect is not working. So she's got to go back to hate to generate heat on her channel. If she generates interest, heat, she gets money. And that's all it's all about. It's not about being a decent creator. It's just about, lying to people and trying to get them involved in a fake story. I'm talking way too much. Hello, Angelina. Let's get rolling. So what is she doing there? She's got no business being in there. It's so sad she goes in. Really? Just saying she's not going to cover this because it's too gross? Well, good for her. Let's roll. Let's roll.
Tonight for dinner, we're having our favorite frischwada. You saw the video, well, I think our first video on our couples channel here. Match booths.
Yeah, okay, great. Tell us all about the graphics on the paper bag from the takeout that you're getting. There's no solemnity about her going to the mosque for the first time. I'm amazed she went. She's got to be pissing off some people over there big time.
Let's unpack it.
Yeah, so she's playing music in the background, which I've gotten rid of, and she types in every food item. So it's just like normal Foodie Beauty material. By the way, she changed her channel name back to Foodie Beauty, which I said she would do. She has to, because everybody knows her as Foodie Beauty. First time visiting a mosque, she said. And she got really dumb music playing in the background, like she's going to McDonald's or something.
Hey guys, so I'm here checking out a mosque.
Listen to the language. Hey guys, I'm here checking out a mosque. Like what, you're going to buy a pair of shoes? It's someone else's faith. And you're wearing their attire. Like, this is so disrespectful. Yeah, I don't think she had permission either. She else didn't take it further because everyone else did cover. Well, the difference between me and that, like, I don't have any beef with Just Saying. For the most part, she's just running the footage and just giving it to people. I borrowed some of her footage a couple of times, not to run as a reaction, just to take it and react from, and only a couple of times, briefly for a little clip. I just don't take a reaction wholesale like Yabba does. Just take the whole thing, plop it down, run it, and then talk over it. Anyway, long story short, I don't have a problem with her, and I'm not familiar with her making any requests that Chantel be removed from the platform, which I do all the time. And I'm going to do now. YouTube, Chantel's not a member of this faith. She's making fun of it. She's making a mockery of it. It's very sad. Get rid of her. You can change your mind at any time because, I say it all the time, everything she's done. This is going to be well, we got 61 people here. Let's keep rolling. So Chantel just said, hey, I'm checking out a mosque. Like she's, checking out a new store at the mall.
I haven't checked one out since I've been in the Middle East, particularly I'm in Kuwait. I haven't checked out a mosque yet. I
think she said checked out like 3 times in 1 minute.
I learned a lot about mosques today, which is part of the reason I removed the niqab. It's actually...
Now, people like Chantel just shouldn't talk. It's required by some interpretations of the faith. It isn't by others. There's cultural significance to it as well. It's complicated, right? And she's using it for LARPing and cosplay because she goes right back onto her channel and she's using American swear words and acting like a jerk while wearing it. So
not a religious requirement like I thought. It's more of a cultural thing. It is part of modest dress. So women who...
Yeah, so you put it on and you run around on a little quad for ATV. It's not a doom buggy. She said it was a doom buggy. She's so stupid. The four-wheeler, the small four-wheeler thing, that's not modesty, shrieking and driving around on a little ATV. And making a pig of yourself is not modest either. Let me take it back by a few seconds.
Particularly, I'm in Kuwait. I haven't checked out a mosque yet. I did learn a lot about mosques today, which is part of the reason I removed the niqab. It's actually not a religious requirement like I thought. It's more of a cultural thing. It is part of modest dress. So women who wear it typically do it for culture and a mixture of religion. It just depends on your interpretation of modest dress as well. But I need to learn more about Islam.
Yeah, you make a pig of yourself and you drive a little four-wheeler wearing that attire. I need to learn more about it. You need to just leave it alone, okay? After she made this video, she went back in and produced like a reaction to Frenchie. She's so fake.
Before I can make these decisions, you guys know I'm impulsive, so I did put a community post explaining that, which is why you see me without an.
I don't even read it. I'm too busy as it is trying to keep up with this stuff. If Chantel sits down there and types something, you're just listening to, a devil make noises at you. She just breaks her promises all the time. What she has to say to explain things are all lies. I'm not gonna sit here and read what she's talking
today.
about.
I do it out of complete respect, and I just want to be fully.
Excellent. Rocky Go-Abouts. She didn't wipe off her hooker makeup. And I heard from Anne Winifred Parks, and it makes sense that it is haram to be running your face through a computer filter, which is like wearing makeup. It makes sense. I don't know if it's 100% sure or not. I mean, I'm not going to double check with an imam somewhere and see him. I'm using a bit of the language. Usually I avoid all of it because I don't want to make a mistake while saying it. Yeah, she's always excusing herself. Yeah, it doesn't matter what. It's like there's always an excuse for Chantel.
Aware of everything. So typically the mosque is divided into two parts, side for men, side for women. This allows people to pray.
She must be making so many mistakes because it's so distracting because there's so many edits in her little talk. It's just, she hasn't learned anything, in her years on YouTube about how to produce something. And, I always wondered who made that little animation. She finally gave credit to that woman. She put up a video in her community tab and said, well, not that she gave credit to her. She's just filling her community tab with baloney and giving something for people to do. That's the best part of her whole channel, that little animation with the sound that went with it. So Chantel herself has learned nothing over the years.
Comfortably without any distractions. It's very important as a ritual to cleanse, perform ablution.
As one of you guys said here, your grandmother or your mother told you that evil people aren't smart. They're just, what is it? Lying doesn't make you smart. It just makes you something. It was something like, evil people are not wise. It's probably boiled down to that. They're not smart. So being sly doesn't make you smart. Something like that. And that's Chantal just lies, just selects a lie. You have a problem? Lie. You have a challenge? Lie. Lie, 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 lie. She's not smart. The only reason why she looks like she's smart, yeah, I guess it was in a way, wasn't it? It was a great little intro. Devious, Rocky Go-Abouts. Thank you.
Or wudu. The Arabic word is wudu, which is a cleansing and purification before you enter.
You need to be sandblasted before you can be purified.
Mosque and perform salah, prayer. Women are required to dress modestly, typically to wear a hijab. Men have a dress code as well. They're asked to dress in a clean outfit that is loose fitting, doesn't show the form of your body. Same thing with women, which is why I wear the abaya. So let's go and see the mosque. If there are people praying, I will not talk. I will talk low and respectfully when I enter the mosque. There is a very large mosque in.
So she doesn't deserve any credit for getting that picture. She says this is a very large mosque in Kuwait City. And so all she had to do was grab a picture of it off the internet. That's not my faith. I don't talk about whatever faith I have or don't have. It's like, that just gets everybody split up and arguing, and, we can't have fun. It's just like politics, right? We're adults, right? Politics and religion, leave it alone, or else everybody's an enemy. Even though it's not my faith, I got to say that's a beautiful building. That's a beautiful mosque. And what a crime it would be if Chantel entered it. I hope she doesn't go. I hope she gets stopped by somebody in a, official capacity for making a mockery of the predominant religion of that country. Because she's the same asshole she always was on her community tab and with her squawking videos against French Fry Girl. I hope that, they don't allow her to enter that beautiful building.
Kuwait City that we will explore another time. Here we have a water drinking station, some clean water provided. All right, let's go in. I'm nervous for some reason. Another water station right here for drinking. A washroom.
She's in the toilet. Even when it comes to a mosque, she's in the toilet. And I got to watch this earlier, so I came up with all my witty remarks. Like, let's say you're shooting footage of somebody, a wedding, right? Do you think that the bride and groom to be want footage of the church toilets? And you're going to give them that? It's like you're going to edit the video together, and here's you, and here's somebody else, and here's everybody, and there's this guy from far away, and somebody else, and there they are saying the vows, and here's the pastor, and and here's the toilets. Chantel's always in the toilets. What more can I say?
A washing station. You are required to remove your footwear and place it here before entering the main prayer area. My Skechers.
What is she doing there? If we had the address of this place, we could hopefully find an email address to go with it. Me too. Jay of Cornwall is becoming well known for his excellent comments around here. She's completely reprehensible. It's utterly disgusting. The constant necessary exposure to the various toilets in the different settings she's been to. The bush pig has no basic etiquette. That's bush pig. That's an expression I've been hearing my whole life. And it is great to have somebody make me aware of it again. Bush pig is excellent. Always in the toilet, even here. Yeah, that is weird. There's no one there. And that phony voice. Yeah, she's probably during off hours. Yeah, never working. I remember when she drove to Starbucks one time during off hours, and there was no line. And so she said, "Hey, stupid." And I was struck by how perfectly she said that, as if she was like, 8 years old. And I figured, well, that's her personality for real. And plus, she's laughing, and everybody has to have a real job. And that's what she thinks of her beezers. Hey, stupid. And everybody else that believes her stories. Hey, stupid.
The carpet is very soft. Very warm in here. Not air conditioned. I thought these were prayer rugs at first.
Yeah, that's exactly. I know what you mean. I'm surprised that no real members of the faith have not approached her. And yes, she can pray at home. That's right. From what little I know, they make a call to prayer, and everybody just points to Mecca and can, do so. Overgrown toddler. Yeah, she didn't have to go in there, bring her, vileness, for lack of a proper word, into that place. No, she's not looking good to me. Anybody here? Her losing weight? No. Yeah, that's irritating too. I don't think Salah's a member. How could Salah be a member of this faith and put up with this? I wish they would take action. and serve her with a peace bond, telling her to stay away. Anyway, I'm Well, actually, we're doing well. The numbers are going up. We're at 88. Let's keep rolling.
First, but Sala explained that they're actually fragrances and clothing to cover your body. This is the main prayer area. We have the Quran. And they have some stands here for the Quran. Those are nice.
Those are nice. It's like she's looking at shoes. Like these items mean something to somebody, to many people. And she just got no business being in there, pointing at it, talking about it. Oh, there we go. Men have to go. Women can stay at home. So she doesn't know anything about it. She didn't have to come in here.
And you see how important cleanliness is in Islam. Cleanliness is very important here in Islam. It's actually made me update my own hygiene routine. For the better as well. There's some speakers on the wall, loudspeakers, where the imam can be heard reciting prayer during the 5 different times a day. 5 times a day, the imam will recite prayer.
And 5 times a day, you ignore it because you're not really part of that faith. Stop talking about it. Stop hanging around their places of congregation. You fucking dishonest piece of garbage. Get off YouTube.
And I'll put the names of them here for you and the different times.
I'd never heard of crease grease before. Chantel talked about it. I said, what? Oh my gosh, crease grease. Okay, you're so fat and sweaty and slimy and you don't bathe. Crease grease. And she thinks it's funny. She's in her late 30s and she's laughing and enjoying and reveling in crease grease. Well, I consider her just to be an appetite walking around on 2 legs. And I don't just mean, just for food. It's just, for money and for drugs. It's just an appetite. There's no soul there. There's no remorse. There's nothing. It's just, be an appetite. Get more. That's it. Oh, she played silly music in the background when she put this up. And she ran it for about 20 seconds. You don't even have time to look at it, and it's gone with silly music in the background, like a cartoon music.
So while I'm here, I'm actually going to perform prayer. I don't really know an Arabic prayer. I know a little bit, so I will do what I can.
She's totally by herself with this one. That's like, it's like he washed his hands of it. It's like, no, I'm not doing. I know, I really have to. No, forget it.
And in my heart and in my head. So let's go perform wudu.
Exactly. Yes, we're on the same page. I say she disgraces. What did I say in my thumbnail? Let me check my thumbnail. Foodie Booty disgraces Kuwaiti Mosque. Yeah, I mean, it's disgraced just by her being there. With all the disgusting things she's done, including luring minors out of a megalith into a dirty talking live stream, making fun of 9/11, making fun of kids getting shot in the United States, doing a shitty job at OnlyFans. The first time she went, she just took everybody's money and left and told them it's only a $10 loss. Take it and weep. What's a man supposed to do? Call the police, try to sue. He wants his $10 back. So she's just a con artist, lying piece of shit, and a drug addict, always with the dope. I don't care if it's legal in Canada here that you can have all the dope you want as long as you buy it from a government dispensary. It's like if a guy sits there and drinks vodka all day, he's an alcoholic. She's a drug addict. She's profane, filthy, inside and out, disgusting. Lilu, Dallas, Multipass, we're on the same page. Just the fact that Chantel is in somebody's place of worship when she's an atheist is disgusting. It's just disgusting. And like her argument is, if you even call it that, people can change. Not that much change that quickly. And if this was real, she would demonetize herself. And what is she doing? She added another tier to her memberships, and she kept the $4.99 one because the people who are at $4.99 don't know that there's a lower one. You don't get a notice. So she created a lower price tier because people are losing interest in her, so she can harvest some money from that and still keep the other. And there's no new perks. She just says, "Oh, you're the very loyal Beezers, the ones that pay $4.99." So, I mean, she's right into her money and being dishonest about it, and it's disgusting just to have her there. It'd be just as disgusting if she was in a Christian church, any place of worship. It's just disgusting for her to be there. Here she is with another cartoon she probably found, you know.
So I'm going to use one of these washing stations.
I don't know, because I don't know enough about it. If anybody here is part of that faith, is there something wrong with somebody shooting video of her doing this? Like, this is in a mosque. Like, if she wanted to do this part of what you're supposed to do and just pray from the house, that'd be one thing. Like, she's shooting like a washing area in a mosque. It's not like a bus station. She's probably not permitted to do this, right? I'm just guessing here. I'm only guessing. Yeah, with her clown makeup on, she's going to perform prayer. Deborah Saunders, this material isn't too, well, it's disgusting. It's not really dark. So Super Chat Cat is here. It's rare that we get something really dark from Chantel where Super Chat, you know, kind of sits on the sidelines and, you know, stop talking for me. Everybody likes me better than you anyway, you fat dummy. Okay, and give me a second. Oh, there it is. Now we got focus and everything. Okay. Super J Kate. It's Super J Kate. Thanks for blessing us. I was rushed. It's all your fault. You mess up my time and waiting for these lights. Big shot in your lights. Keep your word and lose your weight, you fat dummy. Super Chat Kate! Super Chat Kate! Thanks for blessing us, Deborah Saunders. Hope to bless you back. Meow, Super Chat Cat. Meow, Super Chat Cat. Meow, Super Chat. Okay, yeah. Meow. Thanks very much, Deborah Saunders. Wow, there's a couple of Super Chats one day after the other. Meow, that's very nice of you. So, happy holidays to you, or Merry Christmas, whatever it is you celebrate. Meow, and good luck to you, too, in all that you do. Meow, 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 meow. That's the good luck thing is kind of what I do. I'm an Asian lucky cat. Meow, thanks, meow, thanks, meow. Thank you, Super Chat Cat. Guess everybody does like you. You're much cuter and call me a fat dummy all the time. We're going to leave that up there for a little bit. You get to own the captions when you hit me with Super Chat for a little bit. Lilu Dallas Multipass. I've never heard anyone say perform prayer. I can't remember anybody saying that either. A drug addict and drunk from Cornwall. That's the truth. You don't have to say alleged. I mean, you didn't say it. And I'm not saying it either. It's like Chantal is a drug addict and a drunk from Cornwall. Piece of shit. And she hasn't reformed. She hasn't made any changes in her channel. And it's so her argument that people can change doesn't apply to that thing. She would have to make big changes, good changes, and stick to them for a long time before anyone would respect her or accept her going in there. Oh, I forgot about the right here. Click.
You must cover your entire body, except with
Local law, Kara J. Yes, she did. She did. There's like graffiti hanging around the building too.
face and hands. So you must wear socks. And you must cover up to your wrists. And I have my hijab, which is sufficient.
Yeah, could you imagine? Cindy J says, yep, FBR, you're exactly right. Pursuing $10 isn't worth most people's time and just scamming you. Could you imagine screwing men over for like $10 on OnlyFans for like 1 month of service and then not showing up. How low do you have to be like to screw guys out of like $10 for some porn that you don't even deliver on? And then you just tell everybody to fuck off, and then you make it their fault, like they're the bad people. Like it's only a $10 loss. Take it and weep. She's a fucking thief, and there she is in somebody else's place of worship. It is disgusting.
Let's go pray.
Deborah Saunders owning the captions for a little bit with a super chat, and yes, she is pure evil. Yeah. That's why I'm different from Yaba and Frenchie. And that's why Chantal likes to play with Frenchie. They're trying to generate heat for each other. They're trying to, instead of Chantal sitting there and doing a fake reaction to Frenchie and without striking her channel and saying and going ahead and trying to get her charged for criminal harassment, which is crazy anyway, they knew Frenchie was coming to that fashion show. It was all horse shit. She could be doing that instead of like clowning around here, showing us her Skechers. Oh, just to reiterate, when I said that she was, I didn't say she was being criminal. I said she was a thief for promising everybody OnlyFans material, not delivering, and then just telling everybody just take the loss. Like that's stealing people's money that's obtaining your money through a false mechanism. No, I don't think I said she couldn't do that. I was asking a question if it was okay for her to like record video of the washing station in there, which seems a little suspect. And she's got makeup on. Oh, whoops. Sorry. There you go. Deborah, you're back. Oh, shoot the footage. Okay. Did I put up a caption here? No, I didn't. Okay, you're right back there, Deborah. Okay, so she bends over and she pixelates out her butt. What? Okay, so she was explaining earlier, not that I'm taking her as a teacher, that the attire is meant to foster modesty. And so, men have to wear something loose, don't show the shape of the body. Women have to do the same thing. Okay, I understand that. And it's not to any credit of Chantel's. It's just if she's regurgitating something which is simple that she can't fuck up, then I get it. So it's supposed to be modest. So she has decided that her own fat butt is showing a little bit too much, even though it's covered. So she's pixelated her ass. So it just looks really dirty and weird, like she shit herself or something, or I don't know. It's in such poor taste for her to be in a mosque and she's pixelating her butt, even though she's got clothes on. It just looks fucking weird. How come it's not moving? Oh, there it is. There it is.
So one thing I have trouble understanding is which direction I'm supposed to pray in. I did send a picture to Salah and he showed me to pray in. I'll show you the direction. Muslims pray in direction of Mecca, the holiest city in the Middle East, which is in Saudi Arabia, where the Kaaba is. So let's go.
Pardon me for a moment, Deborah. Hang on. Pardon me, Deborah. Now I have to back it up a tiny wee bit. Oh, shit. I only backed it up a minute. We have 107 people here. I got an awesome joke coming. Don't leave. All 107 you'll be impressed. I won't mislead you and you'll think I'm a jerk and I'm not going to watch him anymore. I got an awesome joke coming. You ready?
Let's go.
Okay, I put it at the start. I don't know why it's not there. Okay, I'm gonna put it at the very start. This is what we're supposed to. Okay, we're at 9:50. This was it. I don't know why the audio wasn't there. Are you ready?
Body weight is 341 pounds.
There. I was a little rushed. I put the audio in for at the start of this, and then it wasn't there deeper in. So I ran the audio from her weigh-ins. Okay, let's put it back to where it was. There. It was supposed to play there. Anyway, I took it to the start and I showed you the joke.
So I am still learning a lot about Islam, and one of the things I really need to learn how to do is to properly perform the prayer 5 times a day. So I did find something that helped teach me how to pray.
Yes, cartoons. Very good.
And here is a step-by-step of what you're supposed to do to perform the prayer properly. So I did do some of the steps properly, but some of
Yeah, they're supposed to have all these friends and families there. Like, we haven't seen any footage of the wedding, and we never will, because there never was a real wedding, unless whatever their agreement is on paper. I mean, you know, there's no family, there's no friends. Like exactly. It's like, don't they have like one person that can teach you this stuff?
them I didn't do quite right, so I'd rather put myself on camera when I have it down pat to show you properly how I perform prayer. Thank you.
Whoops. I love your comment. I just said Chantel's doing something silly. Legal or accepted in the religion. I don't know how she's getting away with it. So now she's pixelated all of herself, except for a little bit of her head. And it just looks weird. It's like, it makes it look like she's doing something dirty, which for Chantel is expected. It's just in poor taste. Like, why are you pixelating yourself in a mosque? It looks like you're doing something. It's just screwed up. And the music starts to play in the background, the traditional Arabic. See she pixelated herself. I mean, it's like, why you fucking weirdo? Get out of here.
So I'm not a traditional Muslim.
You're not a traditional Muslim? Well, that's putting it mildly. You're treating it as cosplay and live action role play. You pixelated. So to say she's not a traditional Muslim is who says such a thing? Either you're part of the faith or you're not. You wear the attire, you pretend like you're converting to it, and you're not. And it's like, oh, it's a spiritual. What is it? Then don't hang around a mosque and don't wear the attire.
And I still have a lot to learn.
Yeah, well then get off YouTube. Take it seriously. You told us that he was going to take care of you. I mean, you shouldn't be doing any of this in front of a camera if any of it was real. That's how I could tell there was never charges on Nader. Because Chantel and Nader were continuing to scream at each other on YouTube. And Nader is continuing to talk shit about Chantel on YouTube. So if he needs her for a witness and he's talking shit about her, that just fucks up whatever testimony you're going to get into somebody. Because, the lawyer on the other side will be saying, this is Nader acting like an asshole. It's just lie. She's just a stoner that stares at the floor, eats junk food, and invents dirty stories.
But I do respect all cultures.
I do respect all cultures and religions. She doesn't even understand cultures and religions. She can't even name the major ones. Let me pull it back about a minute because I got something waiting for you. Okay? This is a little pre-recorded thing I got ready for you. Okay? Here it comes.
But I do respect all cultures, all religions. Like, fuck off and leave me alone, Jesus. Like, fuck off already, Jesus. cultures, all religions, all cultures, all religions, all cultures, all religions, all cultures, all religions. And most importantly, I praise God and thank God every day for the life I have.
And right there, I'm going to go grab that super chat. Dan, regular supporter, always showing up, friendly, saying hello. Super chat cat, please attend. Whoa, it worked right away. Super chat Kate, it's Super chat Cat. Thanks for blessing us, Dan. We hope to bless you back. Meow, Super chat Cat. Meow, Super chat Cat. Meow, Super chat Cat. Thanks very much, Dan. Meow. And it's great to say hi to you and your British pounds all the way from the United Kingdom. It's not just the pounds. Because Anne Winifred Parks is from United Kingdom, and she is playing. She played a radio drama from the BBC, starring Sir Ralph Richardson, and it was awesome. So thanks for reminding us of all the United Kingdom talent and sitting and doing the super chat. Thanks very much, Dan. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Super Chat Cat. That's right. I've been checking out Anne Winifred Parks' channel. I think she's making a big success out of Vlogmas and doing it every day. Whoop. And I believe it was CCP who was saying that Chantel is just disgusting. Yes. The thing she says, yes. To the depths of hell go, Chantel. Where's the button for the footage? Here it is. Let me crank it back a little wee bit. That is so good. We're almost out of footage, by the way. No, we're not. We got more. Hang on. We'll get into her latest fake fight on Frenchie, which she did right after she did this video. Boom. Hang on. A little bit more.
All cultures, all religions.
Oh, let's have her do it again. Hang on. It just shows her hypocrisy. I just love running it.
And I still have a lot to learn. But I do respect all cultures, all religions. Like, fuck off and leave me alone, Jesus. Like, fuck off already, Jesus. All cultures, all religions. All cultures, all religions. All cultures, all religions. All cultures, all religions. And most importantly, I praise God and thank God every day for the life I have. And this has been a very peaceful, wonderful place to do it. Alhamdulillah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next video.
And what was her next video? The one she made right after this? This one. And she's wearing the attire of that faith. And it's like, hey guys, I'm learning a lot. Whatever she said. I'll see you in the next video. And then she produces this. This is what she made right after it. And Rocky Go-About's already said this was boring. It was boring. Pardon me. So I got it loaded up because I can't do a standalone reaction to it. And it sort of proves a point of why just having her there at the mosque was her disgracing it, because she published footage of herself at a mosque and everything she said there was a lie. She didn't mean a word of it. And it's like, I'm learning and I'm becoming better at this. And here she is making a dumb face, wearing the hooker makeup, the clown makeup, and using the attire of that faith as something to draw your attention. And what's she doing? She's fighting with another nobody, a French fry girl. And Chantel's been promising for the better part of the year, and she's been re-promising over the last week to be striking Frenchie's channel. She doesn't strike anything. She struck my channel. She struck Ann Winifred Parks. She strikes people that tell the truth. She plays with Frenchie for their own mutual benefit, money. She doesn't strike Frenchie. Pardon me. Excuse me. So, just touch up her red ruby lipstick, says Rocky Go-About. Rocky Go-About again. I bet she's wearing the Holy Trinity shirt underneath. By the way, the Holy Trinity are mods she used to have on her chat, which she was friendly with, and they all buggered off. She scared them away. And we see you, Deborah Saunders. Let me load up this reaction. Okay, what's it called? I think it's called Some Issues. Let me go get it. Some issues she's got with French Fry Girl. And when did she spit this out? Let me go double check when she spit this one out. 7 hours ago. So she spit this one out yesterday. Just to give you the chronology again. Her trip to the mosque was on the 19th. And she just said what she said. Like, you know, she's learning to be better at the faith. And she's, you know, working at it. And she's praying and she's very devout. And this is what she put out the day after. And it's half an hour. It's just like Rocky says, it's boring. I will try to watch the first 10 minutes. It's fucking boring. Let's bring it up.
Hello. So as you can see, I am going to be reacting.
Can you imagine how juvenile and fucked up this is? Thank you again, Dan. Dan, we got another one on deck. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. And thank you, Deborah Saunders. Super Chat Cat, please attend. Get up there. Maybe if you get in close right at the start, maybe that helps. Great idea, you fat dummy. Didn't make any difference. Okay, the camera's got a mind of its own. Whether we start far away, we get close, we wait over here. It's like playing the lottery. Oh, Super Chat Kate! Super Chat Cat! Meow, thanks for blessing us, Daryl Son. I tried to say bless you and thanks at the same time. Meow. 3. Super Chat Kate! Super Chat Cat! Thanks for blessing us, Daryl Saunders. We hope to bless you back. Meow, Super Chat Cat! Meow, Super Chat Cat! Meow, Super Chat! Okay, thanks very much, Deborah Saunders. That's nice of you to hit us again. You must really hate Chantel. And we love that around here. We love it a lot. So we're gonna leave that there for a little. Hey, that's my job. What'd I just say? They like me better. They like you. Okay. I gotta have some kind of. Shut up. We're gonna leave that there, Deborah. And we're gonna let the dummy get back to the footage. Thanks, meow. Thanks, meow. Thanks. Thank you, Super Chat Cat. Thank you, Deborah Saunders and Super Chat for all your fun comments. Let Deborah own the captions, the comments for a little bit, even though I read them from everybody too. As we get back to so here it is. This is what Chantel did right after that. And just right back to being a effing goof. Where'd it go? There. Like as if you're on a spiritual journey and as if you're in love with some partner and you're going to produce something as petty and small-minded as this. And the only reason why it's sustained is because these two clowns play with each other for mutual benefit. They're friends. They work together. It's like, oh, well, she's being so mean to her. They work together. If Frenchie doesn't get her channel struck, I get mine struck. And when Parks gets struck, there's too much money being made. These two clowns work together.
Reacting to this creep in pigtails today. This crazy.
I might as well take it. I started talking. We're 15 seconds into it. I'll go right back to I'll take it back by 15 seconds. Okay, here we go. Right from the start.
Hello. So as you can see, I am going to be reacting to this creep in pigtails today. This crazy obsessed stalker has been riding my coattails for years. She has a man.
A crazy obsessed stalker. A stalker is someone who's undertaking criminal harassment, which is following somebody from place to place with no lawful purpose to do so. You hang around the house, you hang around the workplace, and you contact them in an intimate, direct way, which is like phoning them if you have the phone number, or you get other people to do it. And there's always somebody at their door and you're sending that person, all that stuff. That's all criminal harassment. Reacting to somebody is not stalking them. Chantel calls me a stalker. I've never been within anything more than hundreds and hundreds of miles of Chantel, and she calls me a stalker. I've never gone to her door. I've never phoned her. I don't follow her from place to place. She calls me a stalker. So it's just, Chantel is always saying irresponsible, reckless things on YouTube, which is another reason to just get rid of her. And I hope they get her off the platform. However, anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. Just talking a lot, being angry isn't a rant. A rant is like totally off the rails. And rambling, just having a friendly talk isn't a ramble. However, over there, we're rambling just a little bit. So let's just get back to it.
A considerable audience based purely on bull. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about that bull.
So, oh shit, I just was about to stop it to say she said bullshit, and she said bullshit a second time. So Chantel thinks that she's a member of this faith and that she's a lady because she censored the word bullshit twice. Censoring it doesn't mean you didn't. We all know what I mean, right? She's pretending she's part of this faith and she's in love and she's so changed and she's just the same foul-mouthed pile of shit she always has been.
Enjoy. All right, first thing I want to react to, and I just want to start off by saying, no, I'm not a reaction channel. I don't do this usually, and yeah, I kind of suck at it, but I'm hoping that at least my point will get across, and I hope I don't have to throw any insults or anything, unlike a certain someone, to do it. So I need to react to this.
Saying that somebody else sucks is not modest language to use.
Most recent live stream of hers. The title is Chantal El-Refai is gone, Foodie Beauty is back, and reading facts straight off Wiki Live. Triple react. Oh wow, you're giving people a real treat, aren't you? So does anyone remember the video that FFG did? It was a Kuwait video. She made like a little mini documentary she made right before I came to Kuwait. I tried looking for this video and I could not find it on her channels. Maybe I'm just tired and couldn't find it. I don't know. If anyone knows where the video is, just let me know in the comments below or something like that. I would really like to watch it again. I remember seeing it and thinking, wow, the first thing I thought as FFG
Rocky Goldboats warned us, and I warned you too. It's boring.
was stumbling for words, struggling to read what was on her screen from the script she wrote. How bad it was and how it was obvious she was just reading from Wikipedia. So basically, just rewinding a bit, what happened was before I went to Kuwait, FFG felt the need to jump in first and make
Jay of Cornwall says Chantel is not a person of any faith. Chantel is a person of Chantel. She is a selfish, despicable glutton who only craves attention for her abhorrent behavior and desires immediate gratification. Excellent. Of course, a comment like that wouldn't last very long over on her channel. However, over here, we can share them.
a little mini documentary educating people, very poorly albeit, on the customs of Kuwait, what Kuwait is like, this and that. The creepiness
Rocky Go about, is she practicing her podcast voice? That's good.
level of that, because going to Kuwait really has nothing to do with your life. So if anybody should be doing this kind of content, is me. I'm the one traveling to Kuwait. I'm the one going to the Middle East. I should be the one to do it. We did see similar behavior, creepy, stalkerish, weird, involving yourself in my life kind of behavior with the fashion show, showing up, trying to crash it, and then posting the coverage of the show before I even get to, and it was my event. So FFG did the same thing with this Kuwait documentary she did. I can't find it. I don't know if she was...
I mean, as I talk about the argument Chantel's making, I have to say before I comment on it, it's all fake. These two clowns are pretending to fight with each other because it creates heat. Chantel thought she was going to retire to this couple's channel and get 20, 30,000 views per and just hang around and act like lovebirds, and it was going to be successful and lots of money, easy peasy. And it's not. It's fallen on its ass. So it's still December for another 10 days, and Chantel's got to try to get some heat going. So she wants us to get all invested with hating on Frenchie and Frenchie hating on Chantel, and we all pay attention, and Chantel laughs her way to the bank. It's boring and it's all fake.
Ashamed of it, I would be for sure. It's just very rich coming from you in the title of your newest video, calling me out for sounding like I'm reading from a script when I do my videos on anything historical or anything that has some background information. No, I'm not perfect at it, but clearly from your Kuwait video that sucked and I can't even find now, that you might even be yourself ashamed of. I mean, do you not see the hypocrisy here? No, probably not. Sadly, you and your audience never do. So just to demonstrate a little bit of how creepy, and this is a
like, they're both no good people, and this is all they have to work with. Petty, insignificant little differences. They don't add up to a hill of beans. Like, the Chantel audience and the French Fry Girl audience doesn't understand the bitter irony that while Chantel is pretending to go after Frenchie while never striking her channel, Chantel is wearing clown makeup, hooker makeup, way too much makeup, and the attire of that faith, making a silly face and talking a bunch of fake bullshit against another asshole just to summon heat to make both of them money. They're both a couple of fucking losers. They got nothing to bring to the table. They're not funny. I can do like 100 different voices around here. I got talent. These two assholes just lie and play games. And unfortunately, there's more stupid people in the world than there are super smart ones like us here. And to react properly to Chantel and make it profitable, you have to uphold the story as Frenchie and Yabba do. And they have no boundaries. After Chantel makes fun of 9/11, when she lures minors into a dirty talking live stream, when she makes fun of kids getting killed in a shooting tragedy, that's when good people like myself say, YouTube, get rid of Chantel. Get her off the platform. She makes the whole place look bad and it's not advertiser friendly. And she inspires others to do the same thing. She's become a liability. Get rid of Chantel, please. Frenchie talks a lot of shit about Chantel. Yet Frenchie never says, please get rid of Chantel. YouTube, get her off the platform. They never take that stand because they're part of the problem. They work together.
Very little demonstration. Again, this person has been doing this for years and it just never gets any less creepy. And so I'm going to react to an Anna Nicole video, who is a reactor of FFG, and this was taken around the time that
she's taking a page from Yaba's book. I mean, you grab someone else's reaction materials wholesale, import it, rely upon it, and then talk about that too. I mean, I know there's a joke reacting to her. Yeah, funny. Everybody's done that joke already.
I came to Kuwait, so about a month ago, and I gotta say, this reaction of hers, of FFG's, didn't age well at all, because they were, wrong about everything. So let's go through that. It's an 11-minute video. Yeah.
So she's going to play the whole thing wholesale, 11 minutes from somebody else. I don't even know who they are. They're reacting to Frenchie. So Chantel is taking someone else's reaction, dumping on Frenchie just to make her job easier for herself while she's, 3/4 asleep anyway. And Deborah Sanders, we thank you very much again. Thank you, Deborah Sanders. Thank you. Oh, there you go. You're saying hello to Chef Leftovers. Deborah Sanders, yes. Can't stand the fake voice. What were you looking for? Oh, what's going on here? No, I don't know if you guys are arguing with each other. I'm too busy right now to find out what's going on. Jave Cornwall and everyone else here are all right here in front of me. So anyway, that's what you guys are up to. It doesn't involve me. Thanks again, Deborah. Oh, we got 101 here. Okay, that's cool. Okay, 105 here. You see, I did a good job in the thumbnail, huh? Pardon me. Okay, what we got here is 103 people. Chantel using someone else's reaction on French Fried Girl to do her own reaction on French Fried Girl. And I'm telling you, just to pretend like she's angry at Frenchie. Chantel has struck my channel. She struck Ann Winifred Parks' channel. She doesn't strike Frenchie because that will fuck up with Frenchie's revenue stream, right? So Chantel is only working with what she has to work with. A compliant jackass, just like Natter, just like Pete's. And so we've been watching this for a few minutes. It's fucking boring. I'm so sorry. Would you please subscribe? And check out this. If you're just coming in late to my live stream, if you watch it later, go to the very start. I'll tell you what the joke is. When Chantel is walking over to stand in the mosque, she stands still and she acts the same way when she's getting on the scale. And I put the audio from her talking scale and it says body weight. So you got to check that out at the start. Because I don't think we're going to suffer through a whole half hour of this fucking reaction to Chantel. It's really boring. And I apologize. Yet I appreciate more than 100 people being here. I hope you dig the thumbnail.
Ella.
I don't know about y'all, but I think FFG is a prime example of when you let your hobby become your obsession. Many of us believe this whole Salah and Kuwait thing is wild, and people are understandably worried, even annoyed by her current behavior.
Alright, so admittedly, yeah, I do some things that are pretty different and drastic compared.
No, you're a fucking liar. And what you do is profane. You make fun of 9/11. You lure minors from Omegle into a filthy talking live stream. What do you mean you're impulsive and you do things differently? You're a fucking sin. You shouldn't be on this platform.
To what most people would do or how they would live their life. But please keep in mind that this is how I am, and I'm probably always going to live my life this way. So if you're tuning in, keep that in mind. It's pretty much just a show for you guys, and that's all it should be. You shouldn't get too invested.
But I feel it's
Well, along the way, why are you allowed to make fun of kids getting shot in the United States? So if it's just a show to you, then how about you do your show from an alleyway, leeching internet from a coffee shop, and publish it all on your own website and have 12 people watch it? And if you're lucky, you might get 25 cents out of Patreon. How about you do it like that, Chantal?
completely irresponsible to make these type of accusations on a public platform without proof.
Yeah, you said it, but people do this all the time. They make speculations and think the worst about my situation without any proof whatsoever.
We are still currently watching this whole story arc unfold, so no one really knows what's going to happen in the future, as Chantal has not exactly spoken about these details publicly at this time. People do sometimes get married right away, and those people sometimes live long distance until they go through proper legal processes.
Well, you're trying to make it sound legitimate, whoever this reaction person is. Like, sometimes people do get married right away, and sometimes they have a long distance relationship. Then on the other hand, some creatures have a long history of lying and creating drama on the internet because it pays, and they're found out to be liars and dishonest. And why would a Canadian wildebeest suddenly, within less than a week, let us know she's found somebody and she's going to marry that person, and it has to travel halfway across the world to get there? Usually it's people meet each other at the workplace or at other gatherings, or they hook up on a website where they go meet somebody, within the same city, or they might even drive to another city. Like, it's not like a face on a screen and some squiggles representing letters on a screen, and then you get married. It's very much more likely that this dirtbag is a friend of Natter's, because this is all that Chantal can find to work with. Like, who wants to create a fake drama with somebody that lasts more than a year on YouTube? Who would want to be involved with Chantal in that way if they had any dreams or plans? And Natter's just a two-bit asshole, and that's who she works with. He happens to be from that part of the world, and so now she's found another clown to do another grift with. And here's this reactor that Chantal is running safe as milk. And they're saying, like, oh, well, sometimes people get out of here. You're talking about Chantal. It's a fucking grift.
Look, there are now like 8 billion people in the world. To think that your soulmate is going to be your neighbor is just ridiculous. I mean, don't get me wrong, it could very well happen, and it might have even happened to you, but I'm just saying it's not going to.
I hate to take Chantal seriously even for a moment. So if she says something like, it's ridiculous to expect your next door neighbor is going to be your soulmate, yeah, I guess that's a little odd. I don't believe that there's too many people who are expecting that you walk across the street. Yet it's vastly much more unbelievable that you're going to find your soulmate as a squiggle on a screen, on the other side of the world without ever meeting them. There's no connection other than you. Chantal doesn't make sense. That's why I regret having to take her seriously, even when I have to tear her arguments to pieces. This is really painful to fucking listen to, because she's taken a very safe reaction, which is complimentary to herself, which is taking French Fry Girl apart, and it isn't even doing a good job there. And Chantal's doing this because she's too lazy to come up with the energy to squawk at Frenchie herself, just so she can make this blob of a reaction of boredom of half an hour trying to, and the numbers are going up. We got 112. Well, if we can suffer this boredom, we'll keep going.
Be like that forever.
Oh, we got a new member. Super chat, please attend. Get up there. We got so many people in front of us. Oh, look at that. Look, the focus worked right away. Super chat, Kate. It's super chat, Kate. Thanks for blessing us. Okie dokie, hope to bless you back. Meow, super chat, cat. Meow, super chat, cat. Meow, super chat. Okay, yeah. Thanks for becoming a channel member, Okie doll. That's a cute avatar. You get to use all the custom emojis. It's only $1.99 a month. It's the cheapest YouTube allows. And all the custom emojis include me, super chat, cat. Meow. Thanks very much, Okie doll. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you, Okie doll. Thank you, Super Chat Cat. We're going to leave that up there for a little bit as we get back to the footage of the wildebeest. Boom.
Everyone, long distance relationships are a thing.
These are very serious accusations she's allegedly conspiracy whatever making. Especially after the threat she made about having a phone conversation with someone from Canadian immigration on a previous stream because Foodie Beauty came for her dogs. Her words.
See, it's crazy to me that people won't hesitate to call me out on every little
Yeah, that voice is getting on my nerves too.
thing I do in my life, good or bad. It's all bad to most people. But don't keep
people who make fun of, creatures who make fun of 9/11 and who make fun of kids getting killed at a school shooting and who lure minors. This is, we could go on for half an hour about all the horrible things Chantel does. Ripping off guys for the OnlyFans the first time she was there. That's not you just living your life. That's you being a piece of shit, and you need to be criticized for it.
keep that same energy when this psycho calls immigration on me. I hope they hung up on your ass.
Anyways, let's watch.
Here's the post. Let's take a look at the top of that pic. There's definitely some like crop.
Okay, so wait a minute. It's your birthday and you're analyzing a potential stock photo. Well, it's actually a real photo of me living my life and judging me.
Chantel, you're supposed to be married and wildly in love, and you mentioned me on a live stream. The last stream you did before you got on the plane. You mentioned me in 2 live streams after you've been there. Me. You're thinking about me. And you're squawking at Frenchie saying, oh, it's your birthday and you're messing with the picture for me on the plane. Yeah, that's her income. And before I look like I'm taking Frenchie's side, Frenchie and Chantel work together. It's bullshit. They're working together. That's why they were laughing when they got together at the fashion show. And irregardless of them taking pictures together and smiling and talking to each other, they were both together at the same place and there was no police called. So ain't nobody doing nothing nowhere. Those 2 clowns are working together. It's just like working with Nader. Only assholes are going to work with Chantel. You're not going to be any good, smart, great people. That's why this Salah is such a letdown. It's like talking to a piece of wood. Hey, Beezers. Hey, baby.
Why isn't anyone taking you out for cake? What the hell? I feel so bad for you. Anyway, happy belated.
I love these comments. Her tongue is the only muscle she uses. Deborah.
Croppage going on here. What is the white at the top of this pic? I don't know. Somebody posted in the Discord earlier this pic with what I'm no NASA member, but
Wait, so you're admitting you're not a NASA member? What does that even mean? I'm assuming you're admitting that you're not that bright, which I don't know, but just based on how you talk, yeah, I can believe it. Which is also apparent in that horrible.
This bitterness towards Frenchie is so contrived, you know. Like when Chantel is telling me off, the few times she mentions me off and on steady, yet very little. She's really bitter. Yet this is so prepared because it's meant to create heat between these 2 clowns. And as long as there's heat, there's interest and there's money. And that's all there is to it. I like J.F. Cornwall. Salah's sort of like Dustin Hoffman out of the movie Rain Man, but without all the clever shit.
Kuwait documentary you made, Frenchie Attenborough. I really wish I can find that video.
This pic with like I think is like a reverse search or whatever. You reverse the image search, whatever the fuck. I'm sorry. And it came up as like something. Hold on. Something. I'm such a dick. Discord closed. I had it ready. Back. Hold on. Scrolling back. Scrolling back.
How pathetic is it that you have a whole Discord and material?
Shut up, Chantel. It just struck me because I was reminded by seeing the little avatar of Frenchie that Frenchie hides behind an avatar. Yaba hides behind an avatar. Chantel is hiding behind computer software and 15 pounds of makeup and the attire of religion she has nothing to do with. And your boy over here is filter free and on camera.
Real sources saved and all kinds of research you have to go get just on this little picture I posted. One community post picture, and you are all circling it like vultures and picking at it like vultures, I might add.
Where is it? There. Okay. It came up as Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and then some, I don't know what that writing is, maybe Russian after it. That picture with that tone, like that exact picture, the colors looking the way they do and stuff. I don't know. I can't verify that. I don't know shit about this shit.
All right, so I'm gonna just, for the record, I never answered this. Jay Frankie sent $5 to say, Happy B-Day. Also, it's a cropped pic. There's white at the top. Exactly, it's cropped. So I cropped it. I actually put it on a white background in order to add that picture on top. And I tried to get rid of...
These are what you call straw man arguments. What Chantel is doing with that faith and using the attire and pretending to be part of it while talking shit on her community tab and making a vile glutton out of herself when she's eating. Those are the issues that make her channel an immoral spectacle and a whole lot worse than a train wreck and a shit show. And for Frenchie to be paying attention to little dumb things like this and Chantel pretending to give a shit, they're just two losers pretending to fight with each other to create heat. Just like her and Natter, two losers pretending to fight each other to create heat. They create heat on the channels, they make money, and that's it.
As much white as possible, but Eagle Eyes here have noticed it. So you guys basically circled for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours over this picture on all speculation.
But it was posted in the Discord. Okay. So I don't know what that means. Is she lying? Did she just not bother taking a picture, but she wanted to post a picture and was like, shit, I didn't take a picture. So she just posted that up?
Here's what I find so amusing and disturbing about you.
You know what I find amusing about Chantel as she pretends to hate Frenchie and pretends to hate Chantel? Because Frenchie never says, let's get rid of Chantel all the time like I do. I do. All the time. YouTube. Chantel is becoming a liability. She's making fun of that faith, and it's not smart. She won't stop doing it. You should be getting Chantel off your platform, you know? And I'm leaving a lot out of my comments. You know, everybody probably can fill in the blanks. And Chantel has taken the time to take these dumb pictures of herself to express where the expressions fit in the narrative of her making fun of Frenchie. And that takes a bit of time and a bit of work. And that's not what the attire of that faith is meant for. And again, part of it, and I still know very little about it, and I admit that I know very little about it. Well, I have enough common sense to know that what Chantel is doing is not appropriate. It's supposed to denote modesty. And Chantel's wearing the clown hooker makeup, making stupid faces, and trying to create shit with Frenchie because they'll both make money out of it. I mean, that's more blasphemy. thanks again, Okie Doll. And we got Jay of Cornwall. Super Chat Cat, please attend. Jay of Cornwall. Get up there. Yeah. Squeeze up there. He's got a big comment. Whoa. Oh, Super Chat Cat. There. He had to climb up on top of the comment. Now he's waiting for the light to work. Super Chat Cat! Super Chat Cat! Meow. Thanks for blessing us, Jay of Cornwall. We hope to bless you back. Meow. Super Chat Cat! Meow. Super Chat Cat! Meow. Super Chat Cat! Meow. Thanks, Jay of Cornwall. Meow. That's very nice of you to provide the comment and the Super Chat. Meow. We appreciate you. Meow. Thanks for doing that. Meow. Thanks. 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 Thank you, Super Chat Cat. Thank you, Jay of Cornwall. And with Super Chat up there, appreciate the content as always, man. Fingers crossed we get a Ghost of Piggy's Past or something. Thanks for the laughs. One question, what's your opinion on what her family thinks of all this? I think her family has written her off, and they just barely tolerate her because there are a few things that we can verify. And when her grandmother passed, there was an obituary notice, which people do. You know, if there's any outstanding debts, if somebody, has an outstanding claim or whatever, it's like the person has passed, they publish that, and they had to take it down shortly thereafter because it attracted too much attention and weird comments. So we know when her grandmother passed, and while the body was still warm, Chantel went live and she got her grandmother's favorite pizza, which was a Mediterranean with black olives and Vita cheese. And she was drunk and high and farting with Pete's and laughing her head off. And the Beezers say that's her dealing with grief. No, Chantel acts that way all the time. There was no change. She has no feelings. That's why I call her a creature. So, I mean, like her stories, I don't believe. Yet when she gets into character from eating edibles and drinking, that lets herself go. It also gives her the energy to complete a 6-hour live stream. I think her family's written her off and will not, publicly disown her because then it becomes part of reaction material. They just suffer Chantel. That's my feeling. And we're going to leave that up there for a little while because you get to own the captions, the comments for a little bit.
You sound so excited, like a kid in a candy store, when you come up with your weird theories. But no, FFG, you're wrong as usual. And that was taken from the plane. Yeah, I left my house and got on a plane while you sit there and judge my adventure. Nice.
Had she already landed? Is she trying to be couth about this whole thing? So, you know what I mean? No, she's not couth. What am I?
Alright, so couth, in this dictionary definition, good manners, refinement. He has no couth, no brains, and doesn't know the meaning of the word diplomacy. Yeah, sounds like you. So it's, again, very rich from you saying I am uncouth. I don't sit for hours cackling like a witch and using the F word and saying bitch every other word to describe somebody. I mean, how couth are you being when you use a juvenile, constructed insult such as ham salad, a combination of fat shaming and racism? Nice. I mean, as someone who spends so much time of their free time.
Do we all forget, all of the racist things that Chantel had to say about Natter and all of the, camel related stuff that she said too? Now, that was all within a fake fight. The thing is, she still said it. And so she's indulging in racism one way or the other. And she has been racist towards Charlie Gold. And what was the other dang point? Yeah, Chantel also, while she was drunk, in Cuba, was going on about the white race. And even though it's criticizing her own race, it still wildly breaks the YouTube terms of service because she's only doing it for shits and giggles and attention. Yeah, attention not by itself. Attention meaning money. She still broke the terms of service wildly by talking racist shit about white people. And how she gets away with it, I don't know. So for her to say a bit to Frenchie, you know, the things you're saying are inappropriate to say the least, and they pale in comparison to what Chantel's got to say. Yet then again, I remind myself and everyone here, she's having pretend heat with French Fry Girl because French Fry Girl is a safe reactor and they work together. I said that they worked together before they showed up together in person at the fashion show. Yeah. They work together.
I'm judging my relationship, saying that it's fake. Yours is totally imaginary. I'm still waiting for proof of life on this boyfriend of yours. Considering how you literally go live and snatch my content to react, quote unquote, to it, I can't imagine you living a fulfilling life, spending time with this boyfriend of yours. I mean, what do you do in the middle of a date or in the middle of dinner or having alone time with your boyfriend? When you hear my notification, do you say, sorry, honey, I have to go. Foodie Beauty's live. I really just, I don't get it. All I'm saying is...
And Chantel is talking about all of her lovers throughout the years. And who we ever seen her with? Pete, Natter. And I don't believe that she was with BB as a couple. They were roommates as far as I'm concerned. I've got no evidence that they were anything more than that. They barely spent any time together. And one of the most popular reactions that I have, if not the most popular, the two biggest reactions I have are Chantel pretends to be disabled when she was taking Foodie Scooty out for a walk. And the other one is BBT, or Chantel has lunch with an angry BB. I forget the thumbnail. I had a title for the thumbnail and a title for the video. Those are the two biggest reactions I have. And when he had dinner with her, he was miserable the whole time. It looks like he wanted, you know, he would prefer to have go visited the dentist. So it's just, you know, what the criticisms these two idiots throw at each other, they're the same person. They're both dirtbags. They're both fat dirtbags.
For someone who's in such a happy relationship and has a full-time job, you do have a lot of time on your hands.
Rocky go-abouts, everything else is cosplay and business. Yes, just as I was reading your comment, I just cut Chantel off saying that, you know, too much time in your hands. Too much time in your hands. Nobody would watch Chantel if she wasn't telling lies about herself. And Chantel is like the queen of sitting around in the townhouse producing 6-hour live streams every other day for months at a time. And she's going to tell the people, get a life.
To stream snipe me, no matter when and where I go live.
Yeah, P. Sowartska. Yeah, BB hated her. All those looks he gave her. Yeah. The only time he was ever on camera is like, you know, she's saying, well, come on, would you please? Would you please? They think that we're together. Would you please be on camera? Okay.
It's just amazing. The lengths she will go to for D. I mean, love. Yeah, Rebecca, that's why.
There's no D involved, you know. Those guys, you know, what Natter and what Salah, these actors, they would have to be hung like giraffes to do anything. Get out of here.
Exactly. She'll do anything for a man. She will go to the other side of the world, literally.
No, you totally don't sound bitter and jealous here, FFG. Not at all. It's textbook that people who act like this are totally jealous. Totally jealous. There's no boyfriend, is there? And no, I won't travel across the world for a man. I will travel across the world.
You see, Frenchie doesn't say this is all fake. Frenchie does a faux teardown on Chantel by saying, oh, she'll go all the way across the world for a man for that D, which is a disparaging thing to say, yet it supports what Chantel wants us to believe, that there's some sort of real relationship going on. I'll tell you what it is. It's all fake, and nobody's going to work with Chantel. And yeah, remember how weird it was when she first showed us Natter, and how weird the whole damn mess was. And how does she end up with another guy from that same part of the world? Because he's friends with that asshole. It's like as if she fell in love with a little avatar on a computer and packed up and left for the other side. And Frenchie bolsters the story by saying she'll go halfway across. No, it's fake. It's theater. And she can't find anyone else to work with her. And whatever the benefit is for Salah, which is probably not his real name, of course, I guess we'll find out a little bit later if he actually comes over here or not.
To marry the love of my life, Salah. Of course I will. Any day. I would do it 1,000,000 times over. And I will do it over and over as much.
Deborah, yeah, the voice is driving me batty too. I mean, we're blessed this evening with 103 people, 106. It's just Bex is staying for me. Thank you. For me and for all of us here.
As I have to. How a sad chain smoker from Montreal has any authority or any
You see how fake this all is? I mean, her voice is really making it miserable. Yet for Chantel to be saying to Frenchie, "Oh, you chain smoker from Montreal," Chantel, you smoke dope and eat edibles all day long. What the fuck? Yet then again, I got to remind myself, these two are only pretending to hate each other, because the worst criticisms Frenchie never raises. And the worst thing that Chantel can do to Frenchie is strike her channel, and she doesn't. Chantel struck my channel, and she threatened to do it again. It's in my videos. It says, Chantel admits to abusing the copyright reporting system, and she's threatened to do it again. She says, I'll take your channel down again. That's what Chantel says to me. And she also struck Ann Winifred Parks. Because you mess with somebody. If you're reacting to somebody, they strike you, they cost you time and money and subscribers, because you can't use the footage while you're waiting for the false claims to fall off. It takes about 14 days. She doesn't do that to Frenchie. You know, Frenchie doesn't really criticize Chantel. Frenchie gave Chantel a pass when she made fun of 9/11 for the third time. I reacted to it, and my video reaction got what did it get? It got demonetized and age restricted. Frenchie said when someone confronted her with Chantel wearing the blonde wig and making fun of 9/11 for the third time, Frenchie said, that's not offensive. It's like, Frenchie, fuck off. That's super offensive. So Frenchie gives Chantel a pass, and Chantel doesn't strike Frenchie's channel. Those two work together. And I said they work together. You guys know I said they worked together before they were together in person at the fashion show. This is all horseshit. Chantel trying to create heat, creating attention, which is how she gets her money.
Insight on my life is beyond me. This extremely thought-provoking comment from Kate McGape for $1.99. Big spender. Happy birthday. Destroy her. Wow. Nice birthday gift. $1.99. Anyway, destroy her. Yeah, this is very indicative of your audience, FFG. Everyone only circle jerks and hates in your...
You're uttering the words circle jerks while you're running pictures of yourself wearing the attire of that faith. Why can't YouTube get rid of Chantel? You know, there's a whole lot you guys know I would like to say, how much of a liability YouTube is allowing to be created for themselves by a really offensive jackass wearing the attire of that faith, hanging around a mosque, and then showing up the next day and talking about circle jerks and bullshit and other American-style English WASP swear words and put-downs like circle jerk, while she's pretending to be a devout, modest female member of that faith. Why is YouTube allowing that liability to take place? I don't get it.
Comments. And that's about it. They all congregate to hate on me for whatever reason. I don't know. Everybody, including yourself, likes to project. So I guess that's what's going on here. But to be so gleeful about destroying somebody is actually really, really disturbing.
More about marriages of convenience and what the Canadian government says.
Even though it doesn't mean anything. What Chantal just said about that and somebody saying destroy her, Chantal was drunk and screaming, that Nader should be sent back to Egypt and hung by the president. And it was all it's just fake, right? It was just to create heat and interest and money. Yet she still said those things. So that it's just a couple of losers, throwing the same handful of rocks at each other. They pick them back up and throw them back. They're the same rocks.
About said marriages of convenience. A marriage of convenience is a marriage contracted for reasons other than love, such as marriage is entered into for personal gain or some other sort of strategic purpose.
More bitter jealousy, more bitter jealousy. Who even said anything about a marriage? What kind of research are you doing? I never heard this term until I just watched your stream. It's ridiculous. Marriage of convenience? What? Where's your proof of this? You're just pulling this out of your flat. I mean, how do you know?
I couldn't understand what swear word she had there. I guess it was just pulling it out of your ass, I guess she said.
No, we're not. What? Anyway, my brain hurts, but this didn't age well, did it? Because there's
Chantal is just a collection of fucking sayings, get a life. It doesn't age well. If it doesn't age well, it's just like talking to like a 14-year-old.
There's no even mention that we're even going to Canada. Actually, I'm coming back to Kuwait, and we totally married for love. I know that makes you angry and it makes you seethe, but as I always say, stay mad.
There are some cases in which those married do not intend to live together as a couple and typically got married only.
And thank you again, Jay of Cornwall, Jane of Coral. Sorry, I too much talking. Jay of Cornwall, thank you again. And keep commenting. I'm going to get some more comments from others and yourself too, as we keep playing the footage. Thank you, Jay of Cornwall.
Only for one of them to gain the right to reside in a country.
All right, here's the thing, female Danny DeVito. Even if I wanted to marry somebody for convenience, it has zero impact on your life and is absolutely 100% none of your business. But the fact that you're...
Are they still using that? The go touch grass saying? And I just said that she's just a collection of sayings. I didn't watch this before. That's why I don't have a lot of jokes. Plus, there's nothing more you can do with it. Rocky Goba's already warned us earlier that this is going to be boring. Yet we got 100 people here. So
you're doing so much research with all of it being for speculation is creepy. You don't think that you're being a little invasive? Nah? All right.
I'm reading a note.
Oh, look, she came up with another pose. So Chantal has come up with 3 poses while wearing the attire of that faith and the clown hooker makeup. What other part? What's that other thing? Oh, she added a question mark. It's so unfair to the people of that faith to have Chantal use that attire for cosplay LARPing purposes.
You made a note. Did you write it by hand? Cursive? Punctuation? Syntax? All there?
A couple may wed for one of them to gain citizenship. For example, as many countries will grant such rights to anyone married to a resident citizen. Because they exploit legal loopholes, sham marriages or marriages of convenience often have legal consequences. Now, Canadian, she's doing this in Canada. Here's what the Canadian government has to say about marriages of convenience, okay? And what can happen to a Canadian who involves themselves in a marriage of convenience, or the person who comes here based off of a marriage of convenience, okay? So don't be tempted by offers of money or other rewards to marry a person just so they can immigrate to Canada. If you do this, you may face serious criminal charges. You also still have to meet the terms of the sponsorship.
Oh, well, it's a good thing that I'm not marrying for convenience then. Huh, dodo brain. Oh my god, I haven't used that since elementary school. Felt good. But on another note, doesn't FFG remind you of the big bad bully from Pee-wee's Big Adventure? I want your bike, Pee-wee.
Okay? That's from the government. So,
Wow, such riveting content. You criticize me for my content, but your audience is perfectly entertained by you bringing up a few pages from the Canadian government website to read to them poorly and annoyingly because your voice is like nails on a chalkboard. But yes, that's riveting content.
I don't know how the Beezers endure this fucking voice from Chantal.
Being a completely invasive creep on speculation.
I don't know. Again, this is all allegedly conspiracy, whatever, but it's the vibe that I've got from the beginning. And the longer that's so hard to prove, though, dear, in her case, it's actually not that hard to prove. They haven't known each other that long.
Your conspiracies are always bull, and that's my point. They're always BS, and people just eat it up. And it's really sad to see someone who was formerly a supporter like Rusty Spoons believe this crap, and it's just insane to me. But whatever, if you want to support somebody vile whose infertility shamed me over and over, that's on you. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've had to have a total hysterectomy due to some large ovarian cysts that were worrying my oncologist. So this was FFG's wonderful response, and this is the kind of people that have left my community to come and support this kind of behavior, but I'm the vile one.
Just like, for example, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed, but I never take jabs at the fact that Chantal can't have kids. Never. Next time I need tampons just to be a dick, I'm going to go and buy the box of them, put it up on the community tag and tag Foodie Beauty and be like, jealous? Yeah, that's right. I said it and I will fucking do it. Fuck her.
Actually, no, I'm not jealous. I actually don't miss my period. Would I love to be able to have children? Yes. But the fact that you infertility shame in any way and blame somebody for having precancerous cells or having health problems in any way, regardless if they're fat, regardless of their medical history, is actually pretty disgusting. That would be like you getting lung cancer from smoking so much and people having zero sympathy for you and saying, oh, well, you deserve it. Go die. That is more vile than anything I've ever said about your dogs, even though you talk about my cat ownership over and over and over. It's really, really gross. Keep that same energy, guys. Keep that same energy. Also, you moron, you can't give yourself infertility. That's just another speculation. And I know I also said that I felt like I could have done things to make myself healthier while I was struggling with an eating disorder and mental health issues. I thought that I could magically make these cysts disappear on their own, even though they were like 16 centimeters big. And the oncologist actually told me that they don't think in their, with their expertise and opinion, that it would be possible for me to shrink them. But I did see some holistic methods online and from other people's testimonies that have cured their ovarian cysts, but these were more small. They were smaller cysts, and they were not the same kind as mine. So I was under the impression at that time that I would be able to do something, maybe in denial about the fact that I would have to have a hysterectomy, even though I would say to myself over and over that I didn't care if I would become infertile as a result. At the time, I didn't want children. I didn't think that I would ever want children or a family. And things have changed, and that's why the doctor was so concerned at first, knowing that I was young and maybe want a family in the future. And they were right. And I guess, as FFG always likes to say, it is what it is. But this behavior is just unacceptable in every way. So the oncologist's recommendation, they were urging me to get the surgery. They didn't think that I would be able to cure anything. Actually, they looked at me like I had 3 heads, or 5 eyes, something strange when I would tell them that I wanted to try juice fasting in order to shrink the cysts. And honestly, it's just not something I was ever able to do because I was struggling with my eating disorder. So there were a lot of things going on, and I ended up needing the surgery, which did render me infertile.
Funny about it. I want to knock her out right now so bad. Oh my God. Girl, shut the fuck up, okay? You're infertile because you let yourself become infertile. And I am standing by what I said there. She let herself become infertile. There, I said a month is not long enough. Well, see, you know, I've mentioned before the thing about that interview they'll have with the Canadian government. It's inevitable. Like, you have to have that interview, okay? They are trained to look for this kind of shit. It's going to be so many red flags. Like, their spidey senses will also be going off. What do you mean you only spoke for 2 weeks before marrying?
Do you work for immigration? Do you work for the government? You know nothing. You know nothing. So, because somebody has some financial issues, maybe pull up the information from the website that states also, if you're going to do research, at least do good research, right? Especially if you're going to come for me and accuse me of reading from WikiLive or Wikipedia, at least do your research. You always talk about me being in an active bankruptcy. The minute you're discharged, you're eligible to sponsor somebody if that's what we wanted to do. And it's not. And even if it was, it's none of your business.
What do you mean you never wore a hijab before you spoke to him, like, after a week? What do you mean you never had intentions to marry someone on the other side of the world? They can do home visits. There's all kinds of shit that they can do. When their spidey senses are alerted.
You are so creepy.
You know, it's easy
and
sometimes to
invasive.
slip through, but once the thing, like the alarms are going off, they're like a gnat on your ass.
Speaking of gnats on my ass, you are exactly that. You have 2 channels solely dedicated to cutting down everything I do. One of your thumbnails here says, Jesus Christ, not again. Well, you know what, FFG? You're free to not watch me. For somebody who's so bothered, you're so involved and obsessed, and it's weird and it's creepy. And really, you need to get a life, hop on a plane, go across the world, and meet someone who will touch you. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. And I guess maybe I'll do some other reactions if I feel like it. I just like to express myself, just like everyone else. I feel like I have the right, especially to defend myself. I've been taking this crap from people basically for years, and people have been profiting off of misinformation and total BS like this. And sometimes I'm in the mood to call it out. So anyways, I can do it without using the F word every minute. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. A lot of you probably won't, but anyways, if you do, thumbs up, and I will probably get better at this, hopefully, and do some more when I see fit. See you guys later. Alright, so as I was watching, I didn't notice this at first, and I had already edited the video, and I'm kind of lazy to go back and do it. Plus, I don't want to spend any more time than I need to on this, so it's at the end. I don't know how many people will see this, but here it is in the corner. Suggested. Let's explore Kuwait because our girl probably won't show us anything. Well, this also didn't age well because let's just see what I've shown you so far since being in Kuwait. So actually, almost daily, we have been going out and doing content together. Going out and showing you all kinds of things in Kuwait, like the Al Quran Museum, the Scientific Center, the malls, the beaches, restaurants, and a lot more. And what have you been doing since then? Well, it looks like you have 2 whole channels. Plus, I know you have a Twitch channel also dedicated to talking about me. So you have these 2 channels dedicated to just picking apart my life and going out and living my life while you sit there and just talk about it. So, yeah, your video really didn't age well. You are literally the person you are criticizing because that person doesn't exist. You're not right about me. Your audience is not right about me. If anything, you're projecting your own insecurities and revealing who you are because you're the one not out
Oh, shut up, Chantel. Rocky Go About's I'm barely here too.
exploring and showing us anything. You've tried on your failed vlog channel. It's actually quite pathetic on your vlog channel. If I look at it now, you actually do a lot of things that I would do in my vlogs or that I would talk about, such as going to Cornwall. Why do you have to go to Cornwall? You have no reason to go to Cornwall. That's my hometown. You're a creep. You're a creepy stalker. And I don't know how people don't notice this, or not enough people notice this. Anyway, you can drive to Timbuktu, and the point is nobody's watching your unless you're talking about me. And more specifically, you have to be mean. So you actually have to be a piece of crap in order to get views and content.
It's
and
almost
this is
done.
the person who criticizes my
Minute
content
left.
while I'm out living my life. So anyway, I will end this chapter here for now. I might do further reactions in the future. The reason being that so many people get to talk about and speculate on my life when I really don't ever get to retort back without being made out to be a villain for defending myself or having an opinion on something. I'm going to try to do these reactions without being really super nasty because I don't want to become the very people that I'm speaking out against. Anyways, until next time, see you guys later.
Wow. Holy crap. Rocky Go About's warned us it was boring, and I watched like the first 5 minutes. I could tell it was boring. My plan was just to run like the first 10 minutes of it and leave it alone. However, we've done everyone a service because there was 100 people here for the whole thing. So I said, you can't turn it off. You got 100 people here. We're just gathering to suffer our way through it, and we're done. This is what she made right after she published the mosque video. And like, oh, I'm learning about the religion, and please be with me, guys. And then she does this. It's just petty, small-minded, non-spiritual journey, for lack of a better term. Just, yeah, that's right. Yes, Charlie's mom too. The money she gets for doing this. Rocky Go Abouts, my apologies. Well, if we're gonna go through it, we might as well go through it together, where we can all get together and call it garbage. And especially because it involves Frenchie and Chantel. You know, we can speak freely here. You know, and note that Frenchie always gives Chantel a pass, and Chantel doesn't strike Frenchie's channel. And I said they're working together before Frenchie showed up at the fashion show. They work together. Like, what else are they gonna do? You know, what's Chantel gonna do? You know, something wonderful? Of course not. What's Frenchie got in her bag of tricks? Something wonderful? No. Rocky. Sophia. Let me get this the heck out of here. Let me get this off. Remove. And remove from studio. Remove from studio. 96 people here. We've played everything. We've played everything. Oh, yes, it was terrible, wasn't it? Well, before this month is over, I'll be back on that scale again. I'm going to make that 50-pound weight loss. You know, like I got it underneath 300. I was 341, and I got under 300. It's like, of course, there's expectation I was going to keep losing, and I maintained underneath 300 pounds. And now I'm, for the last 7 days, properly back in the way. I never went back up over 300 again. I went from 341 to like 296, and then it bubbled up around 300. It didn't go over, and now I'm like 294, something like that. So there's enough time in the rest of the month. I'm going to get on the scale before this year is done, and I'll prove to you I've managed to lose the 50 pounds. Oh, yeah, choo-choo, perfect. Yeah, it's like, there's Chantel, come with me while I pray, and then come along with me while I bullshit. Exactly. And I like that comment, too. 6-1 necesita. Thank you, Deborah Saunders. $97 people here. How would you like a few quotes from Oscar Wilde? Everybody will leave in 5 seconds. I'll give you 2 pages of quotes from Oscar Wilde. And I'd like to use his voice whilst doing it. Some of these may inspire you as witty. Others may be needlessly bitter. The same. I shall go through 2 pages of them. No, 4 pages, because they're quite generously spaced. So 4 pages. I must make sure that I'm the proper page. I will endeavor to do the book in its entirety. That's where we were there. Very well. As we rapidly drop to 91 when it was 100. Shall we begin? A dowdy girl with one of those characteristic British faces that, once seen, are never remembered. The picture of Dorian Gray. I never saw anybody take so long to dress, and with such little result. The importance of being earnest. The body is hideous. It is like the body of a leper. It is like a plastered wall where vipers have crawled. Salome. She was a curious woman whose dresses always looked as if they had been designed in a rage and put on in a tempest. Picture of Dorian Gray. A really well-made buttonhole is the only link between art and nature. Phrases and philosophies for the use of the young. I warn you all here, there's a bit of French, which I will probably ruin. She is still décolletée, and when she is in a very smart gown, she looks like an edition deluxe of a bad French novel. The picture of Dorian Gray. A woman whose size in gloves is 7 3/4 never knows much about anything. An ideal husband. Nothing ages like happiness. An ideal husband. As soon as people are old enough to know better, they don't know anything at all. Lady Windermere's fan. The only people to whose opinions I listen now with any respect are people much younger than myself. A picture of Dorian Gray. Fashion is what one wears oneself. What is unfashionable is what other people wear. An ideal husband. Only the great masters of style ever succeed in being obscure. Phrases and philosophies for the use of the young. The two weak points in our age are its want of principle and its want of profile. The importance of being earnest. Oh, and the remaining 2 pages, one of which has an illustration. So we only have this here. How can you see anything in a girl with coarse hands? Vera, or the dialists. My experience is that as soon as people are old enough to know better, they don't know anything at all. Lady Windermere's, and that's very much was said earlier here. What? Well, that's a mistake. They have it here, and then they have it on the other side of the page here from the same play. Little flaw in the book. In America, the young are always ready to give those who are older than themselves the full benefits of their inexperience. The American invasion. One should never trust a woman who tells one her real age. A woman who would tell one that would tell one anything. A woman of no importance. The secret of life is never to have an emotion that is unbecoming. A woman of no importance. All beautiful things belong to the same age. Pen, pencil, and poison. I find it harder and harder every day to live up to my blue china. While up at Oxford, circa 1877. There is nothing to my mind more coarse in conception and more vulgar in execution than modern jewelry, house decoration. So I do hope that you'll join us here at FBRC. For the next time, we have another fresh serving from Chantel, and we shall gather to react to it. We hope that you'll join us for it. We thank you all for your interest, your attention, your super chats, your comments, everything. And thank you all. And no, I haven't availed myself of any Dorothy Parker quotes. I'm sure there's a lot of wisdom out there from a great many people. I'm only interested in sharing at the moment Oscar Wilde and sharing it again and again and again. Thank you, Noah B. I hope you had fun, girl MacGyver. Would someone care to provide me with something akin to saying goodnight? Please type that up and I'll do the song. And we do have a big group. I'm signing off with 83 wonderful people. I'm very pleased that they've all come by. Good. So, oh, there we go. There we go. See you guys. Awesome stuff, FBIC. Bex, thank you. Nasasita. Yes, it is, Deborah. Young babe. and Oscar. There's an Oscar in your title. We have to sign off with that. Sleep tight, don't let the beast bugs bite. And because it has Oscar, yes, because it has Oscar in the title, we shall sign off with that. Some quotes from Oscar Wilde, and signing off now with the song. And still with a very strong 79 attendees for me doing so. 3, 2, 1. Chantel, oh, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight, yeah. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, Chantel, Chantel. She rolls out of bed with nothing better to do. She rolls right back to bed after the mukbang's through. She make a mess, she make a couple of dollars. She gonna do it again. It's all too much for you to understand. Come on, sing it again. Chantel, oh, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, she carries the weight, yeah. Chantel, she carries the weight of the world on her shoulders. Chantel, 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 Chantel.